Hello and welcome to 21 Soul, broadcasting from East Philadelphia. We are here today with the Lady Alma.
Hey.
It's time to do your homework. The center, I'd say, of a lot of the Philadelphia soul slash house slash party slash neo soul. Would you say that? No? No?
No.
Okay.
Soul, though.
Well, we'll start there. I'll say welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So, this episode is really a history lesson.
Okay.
Okay? This is a conversation about all things Philadelphia. And I think a lot of people, if you asked them and you said something like house and soul in Philadelphia, they would go, yeah. And then a couple people would be able to name a name or two.
Right.
And other people would name another name, depending on where they're from. If they're in London or if they're in Atlanta, they would say, oh, yeah, so-and-so. So I want to try to make sense of the whole thing.
All right.
And I know this is a great opportunity for me because I got you here. All right?
Absolutely.
And you're going to know how all this maps out.
Yes.
So I wrote down a bunch of names
Okay.
on my handy notepad here. And I want to see if we can kind of talk a little bit about each one and build the family tree.
All right.
Of Philadelphia.
Let's do it.
All of this, right? And you tell me if I'm way off base here.
Okay.
With any of these. So, do you have a name that you want to throw out first in Philadelphia scene?
King Britt.
King Britt. All right, that's a good one to start with. So King Britt.
He's my brother. He's one of my best friends. He's a music partner. He's a visionary.
Yes, I'll agree.
You know,
Did he produce one of your first
Yes,
records in the 90s?
Did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Actually, I was with the collective, so it was Silk 130.
Silk 130.
Britt presents Silk 130.
So now I wasn't going to get to venues yet, but I'm going to jump back. I'm going to jump right into that. No, it's okay.
No,
it's
but
good.
That's not the venue, actually. That is actually a collective of people.
So explain why Silk City and Silk 130, are they related?
In a sense, because all those that are part of the collective were also people that came out to the Monday nights and the Saturday nights.
At Silk
City.
And so place this in time, somewhere in
late 90s.
Late 90s?
Late 90s,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Mm-hmm. They had a party on Monday nights. Now, please forgive me because I don't really remember the name of the party.
Mm-hmm.
But Monday nights, they had a setup with a live band and two DJs, which was King Britt and Daziah Blakely.
Wow.
Which is Art Blakely's nephew. Just to let you know.
Wow. Here we go.
Right.
Let the learning begin.
There we go. So, and a friend of mine's, Tanja Dixon, me and her used to go out on Monday nights and Saturday nights. But Monday nights was the best time because it was live music and it was audio being brought together.
So set the tone. Is this a lot of artists and musicians all like hovering around and being at the same place, or is it also just a community? This is the spot to go and dance and hang out.
It was a collective of everything. It was this is the place to be for any and everybody, whether you were a party goer or a musician or a vocalist. Monday nights was the place to be.
So you could go out as a musician, get your expression on, but you could also go out as an individual and get a date.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely.
A real community scene.
Yes.
Beautiful. So we at Ropeadope, of course, have our history with King.
Right.
So all props to King Britt. Let me throw out another one.
Come on.
Jaguar Wright.
Jaguar Wright.
Is that a good second one?
Oh, yes. That's an awesome second one.
I got to check them off as I go here.
Jaguar Wright is soulful, powerful, family.
Okay. From Philly?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, via Jersey, because she lives...
East Philly.
East Philly. Sorry. East Philly. My bad. She's from the East Philly
It's
part.
Jersey. It's
via,
Jersey. We got it.
You know, between both, you know, she was there. And I met her first, didn't know she was related to me until after, but I met her first when
Seriously?
I used to.
She's like a cousin?
She is my cousin. My great-grandfather and her grandfather were brothers.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
Right. But I didn't know that when I first met her. I knew it afterwards. And she's just a musical beast.
Now, is she also at the Silk City things?
No.
Or is it another place?
I met her now, Black Lily.
There you go. Check that right off.
Right. Black Lily came about a little after King Britt and the Silk City scene was starting to phase because King started doing more things on the road and stuff. And when he wasn't with Daz doing like local gigs, King was like out of the world somewhere, you know, couldn't find him. So that's when, you know, we started trying to, I guess, develop Alma as an artist, you know, because I was still, you know, I still was in partner mode mentally. And now having to transition from partner to solo artist, you know, is how the Black Lily came about.
So is Black Lily a place in Philadelphia?
Black Lily was an event.
Okay.
That it was a pope for Jazzy Fat Nasties.
I almost put that down, but I wasn't sure.
Yes, the Jazzy Fat Nasties, and I would like also to say like the Ruth, like Amir, and Tariq and them. They were doing this event called the Black Lily, and it basically was for the females that was a part of that scene to have a place to express themselves.
Beautiful.
Now, of course, that's how it started. How it ended was with you would find anybody coming to do the Black Lily. Matter of fact, everybody wanted to do the Black Lily. So you know, you would be surprised to see a Jill Scott on a Tuesday night or a Music Soul Child or India Ari, you know, on a Tuesday night at the 5 Spot. Rest in peace, the 5 Spot.
I had to add the names.
Yeah, 5 Spot
and India.
Yeah, India Ari.
And who did you mention at the beginning?
Music Soul Child, Bilal,
the Roots,
Vivian Green,
and
the
Bilal as well.
Roots,
Okay.
Razul, the rapper.
Wow.
Even my man Scratch.
And Scratch.
Yes. Yes. A lot of people.
So this is a rich cultural history.
Absolutely.
That's evolving in the city. Did you all know at the time that this was as deep and rich and powerful as it was? Or did it just feel like, man, we're just doing our thing?
I think the people who created it, Rich Nichols, which was the manager of the Roots, and he also managed, he also managed the Jazzy Fat Nasties. He was the brain behind it in a sense. Him and Amir, you know what I mean? They were the brains behind it, and they used to also do the Lily at the Wetlands in New York, right? So they did it in 2 markets, Philadelphia and in New York. And sometimes I think they even once in a blue moon took it like over to LA or something, but I'm not for sure, so don't hold me to that.
But Philly's home base, and that's where all this is happening.
Absolutely.
And are the musicians all learning from each other and sort of, is there a little bit of friendly competition kind of a vibe going on?
Oh, yes, there is. Yeah. Yes, there is. But they also have these things called sheds. Yeah. And they just get together, and it's pretty much like each one teach one. You know something I don't know, teach it. I know something you don't know, teach it. Let's do this, you know. I
have to say that, you know, in my role at Ropeadope, and just circulating with all of y'all, that's the most powerful thing. That's what I've learned. I'm so happy that I've been able to uncover for myself and circulate in different scenes with each one teach one, and that it's such a beautiful thing and such an incredible model. Yeah. Dallas with Sputsy, right, and all those cats. Yeah. Atlanta. It's just amazing. Wherever there's a music community, there's a sense of real community.
Absolutely.
You know, not like we all moved into the same neighborhood.
Right. No, everybody kind of grew up.
Friendly competition, yes. Teach each other kind of vibe. It's beautiful. So I have 5 Spot down here. So is that's a physical venue
that used to house the Black Lily.
Black Lily. Okay.
And the host, I got to give a shout out to River. Because River D. Parker, she was the host.
There's a great video I saw
for the Black Lily. Yes, and she's also, and you know, she's the voice on Kindred's first album where she's introducing actually them. I think they really had maybe recorded a snippet of where we were at the Lily and you hearing her. Y'all put your hands together for the Kindred and the fame, you know. So she was a big staple also as the host for the Black Lily.
So in this community, if this community were a family, which I sense it is, and we're talking about a family tree, which family title would you say you have?
I'm a leaf. I'm one of the leaves.
Just one of the leaves on the tree?
I'm just one of the leaves.
I get the sense that you're more of a root.
You think so?
If I was going to be like mom, right? Matriarch, something?
Maybe an aunt.
An aunt?
Yes.
There you go.
Maybe
the cool
an aunt. Yes.
There you go.
Maybe
okay.
an aunt.
All right, we'll go there. I wanted to ask a couple more of those.
Come on.
And then I want to talk more about you. Checking my time here. How does Chuck Treese get into this whole mix?
Oh, man, that's my brother. I love Chuck. Chuck is also a Silk 130 alumni.
Uh-huh.
So I knew Chuck from the Monday nights at Silk.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll just run down a little list of a couple others that may or may not. I may be way off on this. Little John Roberts is in here at some point?
Yeah. Me and Little John knew each other when we were younger.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. And then it came back around when we got older and we both were in the music. But I didn't know that when I started seeing John again, reconnecting with him, I didn't know in the beginning that he was playing for Janet Jackson.
Huh.
Yeah, he's the drummer. He's I would like to say one of the original drummers for Janet.
He also has a little tie-in to Snarky Puppy.
Yeah, I know. I knew.
All right, so for the sake of time, Rob Payne.
Oh, Rob Payne. Me and Rob knew each other back in the early 90s as well. I was going up to Princeton. DJ Mark Coleman at the time was bringing me up because of the stuff that we were doing on the King Britt projects. And Rob was one of the guest DJs that was coming in. Okay. And we met each other, and we have been friends ever since.
See Knowledge.
See Knowledge also via King, because King used to DJ for,
Oh, with Diggable Planets.
Diggable Planets.
There you go.
And
so now we got circles.
It's all connecting the dot, right?
Yeah.
And that's how I met him, pretty much, and history.
Just a few more.
Come on.
We're going. Flowetry.
Flowetry, just in the same circle as I was, but we never really directly did anything. We shared stages together, though.
Gotcha. The Ill Vibe Collective.
Oh, the Ill Vibe Collective. Great group of guys, and did some work with them. Yeah. And
then DJ Junior.
It's obvious, WKDU 91.7 FM. And
serious Philly knowledge right there for everybody who's not from Philadelphia.
And a lot of people don't know he's a professor, but
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Nice.
Legitimate.
2 more quick ones. Rich Medina.
Oh, that's my brother, and from the club in the beginning.
And how in the world does Spanky fit into all this?
Spanky fits in through the Black Lily. He was young.
He must have been young.
He was young, but you know, some
him being born right about that.
Oh man, he was young.
Yeah.
You know, but some musicians could get away with getting into the club. Mm-hmm. You know, your talent sometimes got you. Because like Jasmine Sullivan, she was another one.
I miss Jasmine
that came through the Lily. And at that time, she wasn't, you know, like 16, 17. She was like 15. But they would sneak her up from the back. So some of the underage cats would come through the back. And he played with me a couple of times on the stage at the Lily as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and a good friend.
I'm sure I missed somebody, so I'll apologize to to whoever I might have missed, but that was good. So, real quick, you grew up in Philadelphia?
I did grow up in Philadelphia.
Do you want to talk about neighborhood? You want to talk about inspiration?
I grew up in South Philadelphia, and my inspiration for music was always like my mom and my family.
They're musicians?
Well, my mom was a singer, and my grandmom, she played the piano, and she sang, and her husband sang. I mean, everybody did something musically in my family.
Church, too?
Church. My mom was a preacher. Yes.
There you go. That's usually part of not only the inspiration to stay with music or get into music, but also part of the community that ties people together.
Yep.
It's a beautiful thing. So, now we're going to fast forward it real quick to 2017.
Come on.
And you have a project.
Yes, I do.
It's getting ready to hit the world, right?
Yes. Very excited about it as well.
You want to talk about how did it begin and what's your we talked earlier. You mentioned a little bit of your things that were happening in your life around that time.
Absolutely. Life happened, so I say the last 9 years I was taking care of my mom.
9 years.
Mm-hmm. So Lady Alma kind of had to scale back with the gigs, scale back with the, performances and facial appearances and stuff of that nature because life happened.
Yeah.
But I was still doing music because music is it's like my sanctuary. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. My savior in a sense.
Yeah.
I think without it I probably would be nuts. Mm-hmm. So George came to me and was saying, you need to really do a project. I know you're taking care of your mom, but you really need to come out with something. Mm-hmm. People are wanting it. People want you back. What do you think about it? And him and Junior, absolutely, was talking about me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Junior was like, let's try to encourage her to do a project.
Beautiful.
And that's how all of that came about.
Do we have times yet? Do you know when people can expect this record? Or
I want to say close to the spring. I want to gear people to look forward to it in the springtime when the weather's breaking. You can start to come back out now. It's it's a few tracks on it that are fun and it's for weather breaking times.
It's
what I mean?
Resurrection, springtime.
Absolutely.
That feeling that you get when when the weather gets warm.
Yep.
I want to emphasize that in 2017 it's challenging for musicians to sell music and continue to survive and create. So I do want for people who are watching this to know where to go to sign up. Is there a website? Like where should people connect with you to be able to be the first to get this record?
Well, at this time I am really on social media platforms. I'm on Twitter. Okay. It's @StrongLung.
Okay.
And right now I am also on Instagram. Okay. Lady Alma @StrongLung. But we're in the process of redoing the website. Okay. So, right now, people got direct access through @StrongLung.
Through social media.
Yes.
Right.
And, I'm very engaging.
Up.
Yeah,
connect
I'm engaging.
People, and make sure that you're paying attention. There's a lot of stuff happens out there. There's news every day in the world, and we don't want you to forget about it. And make sure that you're ready for this record.
That's right.
Talking to the people. 5 tracks?
6.
6 tracks?
6.
Okay.
6.
And how would you define it for genre? Like what are we expecting here? Or should we not? Should we just let it go?
I don't want no one to have any expectation of the genre because it's like a smorgasbord.
Okay.
But it's not where it's like all over the place. Everything makes sense, though. You know what I mean? It's not like, ooh, she's all over the place.
You know, Ropeadope records are all over the place. So I'm like, somebody else should do that too. You know, what's the record label?
Record breaking.
Record breaking.
Yes.
Okay. So that's another place you can go. That's Junior, right?
That is DJ Junior.
You all check that out. And I'm just trying to think if there's anything else people should know about it. We're going to be looking for it on the radio.
Just look for me. Just look for me. Look for me doing live performances, appearances, out at events of all kinds.
You're ready.
You know, I am. I'm ready. You know, it's been a while, and I'm a little nervous because when I left, it was a different scene, and now everything is digital and everything is social media and everything is computer. So I got to catch up, and I want everybody to help me catch up.
Well, here's the thing. I think that you know, somebody put the term out the other day, digital fatigue, and we're going to let the analog train come by.
Yeah, I love analog. You know I do.
At the exact right time.
Yes.
Digital fatigue, you know, we all lived in this world where we thought, well, this is the future. Everything's going to be digital, and it's all going to be with all this social media, and it's all going to be connected and crazy. And I think a lot of people are coming back to bricks and mortar.
Yes.
And it's not a retro thing to do, to be like, oh, we have to go back. We never really did leave the analog world.
Right.
We just have this wonderful digital experiment. Now we're going to learn how to use all that digital with the roots of the analog sense. So it's really cool that you're coming out with this because you've got this just solid roots and basis of this scene.
Yeah.
You're the center, in my opinion, and people can come back and find that.
Right.
And get the context of it.
They can, yes.
That's a really important thing.
Yes.
So digital is just a method. It's not a lifestyle.
Did we talk about Kindred?
Did we talk about Kindred?
Yes.
I checked it off of the list.
You did? Okay.
You want to go out with it? We've got like a minute or so.
No, I just wanted to make sure we talked about them because they're also, you know, very are responsible also for keeping Lady Alma alive.
Beautiful.
You know, I just want people to know that there are a lot of people. And I also want to big up a few people like George and Walking Bear who believes in what Lady Alma has to offer. You know what I mean? So
for people, Kindred the Family Soul, people can look online if people aren't familiar, right?
Yes.
Walking Bear.
Walking, this is management.
Yeah.
Big guy.
But it's not
the
just
man.
management.
It's family.
It's family.
That's family.
It's dedication.
Number one, yes.
It's
roots.
It's strength.
Dedication.
Yeah.
Love.
He's right over here. I'm talking about him.
I know, but he should know. And he's a true music believer. He believes in the music, and he believes in the talent. And if you got someone behind you like him, you can't go wrong.
There it is. There it is. All right, we'll take it out with that. Thank you so much for being here. It's been such a pleasure. 21 Soul. We'll see you.